I don't believe in the question of background because it depends so much who is asking this question. When I think of my background, then I realize that I always make up different stories. Actually, everyone does that. But to make it simple, I'm coming from the Swiss countryside, from a village that is smaller than Skövde. And it was the 80s where everything seemed possible. And not yet so much the consciousness about global warming. There was no financial crisis. So it was quite a optimistic, naive time when I was a young student. Thomas and Thomas asked me 1.5 years ago if I would be interested in this challenge. And when everyone goes now higher and higher and higher resoluted, we do here a piece where we go down in resolution. To work with such a raw resolution interests me a lot because one of my main goals in my work is to make technique conscious. That when we look to a projection or to a screen in a phone, that we from time to time have this Buddhistic moment where we realize we're just looking onto glass, onto plastic, or organized lights. And this screen brings it really down to the knowledge that it is a wonder light. Electronic images are wonder lamps. And I hope that this will be treated as this, or that I can offer a special lamp for the community, passing the station here, going to the parking lot and the university, schools, and that we usually light electronic images we use to speak to each other, to offer inner worlds or to offer knowledge or feelings. And in that sense, I did prepare the work here. When you speak about creativity, I have to admit that every profession has a lot in it. Creativity is often the question how we solve a problem, how we solve a problem with the given possibilities. And even a bookkeeper, a policewoman, everyone has a lot of creativity inside them. And as an artist, I have the privilege and also the duty to take the inner worlds so serious and make proposition how they look, how they could look. So it's like a language. And my creative process goes along that. It's in a way improving of a language, but also going to the limits of my tools, of electronic machines. Creative process is always very different, and it's similar to a scientist of, for example, physics, that you have to think of something you never thought of, or you were not capable yet to realize. So it's actually a research. And half of it is what I want, what is in my mind, and then half of it is what on the way, the coincidences and the luck key moment are providing. Then I have to decide which I take in, which I keep, and also kill my darlings. But as said, everyone is creative. My biggest inspiration is nature, and I would even treat you as a human, as a mammal, as a mete, I would treat as a part of nature. It's important for me not to divide, also not divide the humans from animals, and to see them and knowing that I'm just a part of a bigger structure. That is my biggest inspiration. And where I get my strength or my stamina is trying to let go from time to time. Going to the toilet is a very good moment where you just let go what your body has produced or has thought of not necessary for energy. And dancing is a big inspiration and also a tool of getting power back. I like to talk to people, with strangers, and go into the unknown, unexpected. I try to jump out of my comfort zone as much as I can, and that gives me a lot of inspiration. How would we organize the world if we would have less fears? That interests me.